There were giants in the earth in those days. Genesis chapter 6. Evolution believers, and by the way, you have to believe in evolution. You don't accept evolution, you believe it. Stop saying you accept it. You can only accept the truth. You have to believe something else, and evolution is a religion. They want you to think that man started off small, like a chimpanzee, and got bigger, better, stronger, smarter. Ancient man was probably much bigger and smarter than modern man. I hate to skip a whole hour's worth of stuff, but if you watch my video number 2, I'm going to skip that part about the canopy above of why they lived to be 900 and why they got to be so big. But in Italy, they found in a coal mine, they found a skeleton 11'6". How'd you like to have him on the basketball team? Okay, Herman, drop the ball in the hoop right there. Okay. A skeleton 9'8" was found in Brewersville, Indiana. Now, here's what the atheists do, and they're going to do that on my channel, I'm sure, tonight, okay? They're going to try to discredit each and every one of these giant finds. And some have been hoaxes. There have been hoaxes and frauds, no question. Your whole religion of evolution is a hoax and a fraud, the whole thing. But we all came from a rock 4.6 billion years ago. That whole thing's a fraud. But it's true, there have been a few frauds, but there's been a lot of research done on giants. You guys don't want to believe that because it goes against your religion. You want people to believe, oh, you started like a chimpanzee and we're getting bigger, better, stronger, smarter. When the truth is the opposite. There were giants in the earth in those days, like the Bible says. I interviewed Charles Hankley of Temecula, California. I don't know if his number is still good there. In the early 70s, he was vacationing in Virginia City, Nevada. He went to a small private museum where he saw 2 skeletons about 9 feet tall in a glass-covered pit. The owner found them in a cave. About 10 years later, he stopped to see the skeletons, but the owner told him someone from the government had taken them and would not return them. Buried beneath heavy layers of shell some 30 miles below the city, I'm almost certain it's Shreveport, Mr. Clay found unmistakable evidence of a prehistoric race. Huge bones, similar in every respect to man's, were found embedded in thick layers of clamshells. As many as a score of skeletons were found intact. Every skeleton was fully 9 feet high. A skeleton 10 feet tall found in Humboldt Lake, Nevada. In Walkertown, Indiana, I just Googled it about an hour ago, a group of amateur archaeologists opened a mound of 1925 and unearthed the skeletons of 8 giants ranging from 8 to 9 feet long. All were wearing heavy copper armor. Through the bungling of the diggers and the disinterest of the museum establishment, why would a museum not be interested in 9-foot skeletons? In 1616, Dutch explorers Jacob Lemire and William Stoughton described stumbling upon a pair of skeletons more than 9 feet tall. Patagonia means big feet. A skeleton 12 feet tall, found by soldiers in Lompoc, California, 1883. The remains were reburied due to objections by local Indians. Skeleton 12 feet tall, reported in many papers near Tucson, Arizona. The man had 6 toes, long hair, and a bird-shaped headdress. Two other, male and female, 9'4" and 8 foot. Others were 10 feet tall. Ohio giants from Scientific American. Now, see, this is 1880, when Scientific American would go ahead and publish the truth about things they actually found. Now they hide anything that goes against the evolution religion. I bet you won't find any articles against Mormonism in the Mormon magazine. A woman reportedly 7 feet tall was found with an infant. Smithsonian has lots of information hidden in their basement about this. Lovelock Cave, Nevada, in Winnemucca, Nevada. Let's see, they found all kinds of giant stuff. There's a normal human thumb bone. There it is next to a giant human thumb bone. This replica is in our museum here, 47-inch femur. Joe Taylor made a casting. The guy had to be 16 feet tall. An Egyptian construction crew ran into a burial mound, found several burials of giant humans, some 16 feet tall. King Og in the Bible was 12 to 18 feet. We got the replica right here in our museum. That'd be a big fella. Large, non-petrified human jawbones in eastern Turkey. New York Giants, not the baseball team. In 1871, archaeological dig at Native American burial ground unearthed 200 giant skeletons, some measuring up to 9 feet tall. It was also estimated that the remains could have been up to 9,000 years old. I can fix that by 4,600, okay, when the flood came. At the time of the discovery, the remains were widely reported in the media, but today the remains have disappeared. Strange. One of the most famous giant footprints found was outside someplace in South Africa. It was found 100 years ago by a hunter. Locals named it the footprint of God. The print is 1.2 meters long. What would that be, over 4 feet? Well, one footprint. And the rest of the body was sized in proportion to the foot. The giant would stand about 24 to 27 feet tall. That's a pretty good sized footprint. 1912, a 4-foot long print was unearthed in South Africa that was dated over 200 million years old. You guys knock it off, okay? Whatever humanoid made the print would have had been about 27 feet tall.